this day, the Afrocentric movement of 10 years ago based their premise on Up You Mighty Race, which was based on the premise of another movement 20 years prior to that, about 30 years now, your whole civil rights movement, a political movement to get enough people functioning in just this society. But this has nothing to do with that. But when you say through God all things are possible, that's when things get vague, get broad. You understand what I'm saying? Unapproachable. And this, although these are cliches that we use to get by in everyday life, these cliches diminish things because they diminish the human ability to tap into the universe, the omniverse, or whatever you call God. You are actually cut off from it.
Oh.
Just by giving all.
I understand that because, like I was saying earlier, damn, he kind of fucked me up with that one. That makes sense though, cause it's like we're calling on something outside of us when it's already us or inside of us internally. So that's why it diminishes it. We don't know our own strength. We don't know our own power. So, you are God. You have God's power. God gave you the power to do whatever would, and we have to awaken to that. So that makes sense that like we would like kind of like diminish that shit a little bit because of just because we lack the knowledge or the awareness of what we say and some of the subconscious things that were trained through Christianity or any religion at that point. To it's still a block. It's still a blockage when it comes to that religion thing because that obstacle may be thrown out, and then next thing you know, you on your knees, praying to a God in a picture frame,
To tap into the universe, the omniverse, or whatever you call God, you are actually cut off from it. Just by giving all the power over to a deity outside of yourself.
There you go.
When the only bridge to the deity is through yourself. And if the deity is the one that has all the power, the omnipotent God, well, why the hell he fucking around with you and blaming you for stuff down here that's gonna chastise you from stuff when he got all the power in the first place?
Period.
You see what I'm saying? So my point here is we live in a society where we are codependent.
Codependency.
On the government. And on some spook aspect of God where science or us not really knowing, not getting to the root of the matter, does not manifest. So in so many words, the reason why we never figure out the telephone is that way because we're trained not to. You see, we're trained not to. Or if we figure out that the telephone is that way, subconsciously we think that in actuality only the European can do that. You see what I'm saying? Only the European can do that. And then, if the ones that say, well, we know it's not the European, the first thing they say is God that's doing all of this. In so many words, there's still an unapproachable method where you're not responsible for tapping into your own energies. Now don't get me wrong, the white boy has already figured this out. He figured out if it's going to get done, I'm going to do it. You see what I'm saying?
That's called willpower and self-determination, self-motivation. Okay, and that's what a lot of people lack. I'm going to go ahead and say it in the black community. A lot of people lack that. I've lacked that before. I've been binded by society to think only one profession can heal my life or something like that or something. You know what I'm saying? Like stop this and stop that. But then I got awakened and I'm like, okay, I love this profession and I can still do this. I know I can do that. But it's something greater out there that I'm supposed to be doing. You feel me? And sometimes we get so locked in with the physical and things that society pushes on us when it comes to careers, when it comes to how to live, how to, train your kids, how to, you know, it's a law that if your kid don't go to school, you get locked up. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think it's like, I think like 10 days out of school or something like that without an excuse type shit. Your kid can get locked up. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is weird. This place we're in is weird. It's weird. But I never let it kind of sway me away from like knowing that, okay, I still have a mission. I still have God within me. I still have shit I have to accomplish. Now I have to lock in on me and my kids. So that makes me, more, I ain't gonna lie, it make me a little more anxious. Sometimes, this shit's stressful. This ain't no walk in the park. This ain't no Disney movie. This spiritual journey is very stressful. If you are really on this spiritual journey, you're healing yourself, healing others, or even if, like I said, even if you're just healing yourself, it's already stressful. But if you're also healing yourself while healing others and playing out your mission, baby, that shit is stressful. This is not no yellow brick road, baby. We ain't skip hopping and all this other. We'll probably hop or something here and there for enjoy, because we done finally leveled up to something else. But other than that, this is real. This is real. This here fake. This here is real. The realest thing you can do is level up spiritually. Okay, change your life, change your mind, reprogram your mind. Even if you ain't even on like spiritual stuff like this, if you can reprogram your mind, you can change your world. And that's the hardest thing, because we have so many years of bull mess in our mind from what our families taught us, what they were taught, and what they were taught, and then what they were taught, and that junk trickles down. That's why certain people in certain families that have to play this part out and help people awaken, because most of the time it's not even your family that you're awakening, because they be so jealous or they in Christianity so deep, or they think you weird or whatever the case may be. Most of the time, that's just how this shit go. This shit weird. People weird, hell.